Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday Market Watch. My name is Mbagam Tiana, the CEO and founder of the International School of Traders, and welcome to our first session of the day. Today, we are trading the London session. Although we are a little bit late today, guys, we are a little bit late in terms of trading the London session. So we won't be going deep into details and preparing for it and all those things. But I'm happy that you are here. And if you can hear me loud and clear, just drop it in the chat. Drop it in the comments and say you can hear me loud and clear. Now, there's a couple of things that I'd really like us to look at. I think it's Tabisa or Tabo in the group who just recently asked what kind of results can we expect from the pound. And I said I'm expecting some positive results. And that is what we have just recently got on the pound results, especially on the news items. Let's quickly go into the news before you can see somebody saying they can hear me loud and clear. So let's quickly go into the news so that we can discuss some of these things. Okay, cool. So we've just received just a few minutes ago some news coming from Britain, saying that we have positive numbers on average earnings, plus honors, plus bonus index, and then we do have some positive news also on the unemployment rate coming from Britain. And then the last one is a little bit negative. Why? The expectation on average earnings was expected. It is now the forecast was 5%. Then it even went lower than the forecast, meaning it went below the expectation on average earnings, and that is a little bit negative. Now let's see how can we trade today during this session. But we also know that during this session, there is also some French CPI that will be released, and then some Hong Kong. I think this is Hong Kong that's releasing the unemployment rate. Well, I don't trade Hong Kong. And then we do have some Italian CPI also coming, and then we do have South African business confidence. This one is also good to look at. And then the unemployment change in Europe, and then the GDP in Europe, that is for Q3, and the employment overall for Q3, right? And then later on, I am going to come back today at 1 o'clock, exactly at 1 o'clock, we are going to come back, and we are going to be preparing for this kind of a session, the US session. We are going to be expecting or discussing the housing stats, retail sales, and then import index and export price index also, right? And core retail sales. So we will be discussing that one later today. So let's now go into our charts and look at what can we do today, what can we discuss in terms of price action today. So this session, I am going to be looking at, even though Canadian and Japanese are now closed, but I think today, not this session only, today we need to have a look at CAD-JPY. This is one of the beautiful trades that we can participate on if market does go into the way that I'm looking at. So CAD-JPY, what is my expectation here? Let's go into 4-hour time frame. I just want to show you. So we have these beautiful lower lows and lower highs on CAD-JPY, which are telling us or giving us an idea that the market is very bearish here on the 4-hour time frame, right? Cool. Now, this may give us an idea that we might expect markets to do what? To go even further down. Now, the only worry that we might have, the only worry that we should have here is this one here, which is looking more like a double bottom here in this particular case, right? So double bottom is not good for a sell trade, meaning that so if you see something like this, it's not good for a sell trade, meaning there is more bulls waiting in this area. Now, in this area too, there is some things that we can take note on, especially if we go down to smaller time frames. If you look at this area, and I think the most important one, when you start dialing down or moving down using some smaller time frames, this one should be one of the most important areas before we start selling in this particular case right here. But I'm not gonna take this now. I'm expecting at least them put in some trading alerts, on CAP JPY. Now, when trading alerts, when the market alerts us, or the platform alerts us, we are going to be on the watch, looking if there is any possibility in change of direction here, which may look like this on CAT JPY, right? So anything looking like this on CAT JPY is going to surely give us an idea that we are going to sell in this particular case, or anything of a confirmation here is going to give us an idea in this particular case. Okay, cool. And then let's look into some other setups also. Let me just do this. Okay, cool. Now let's look at some other setups. I think when I'm looking at Euro USD, I think at the moment there is nothing that I can discuss on Euro USD. Using all things that I have for now, I think that Euro USD is very strongly bearish, and I'm not about to participate since the market has already come, to some very now since the market has already gone down significantly. Let me put it that way, right? Okay. Now let's look at CAT JPY. We have already looked at USD CHF. Now, we discussed this last week. I think, I don't know if it was with you guys, everybody from the free group, and also the International School of Traders, but I did discuss this, that these three indicators are giving us an idea that on USD CHF, we are still on a bullish market, a very, very bullish market. And this is what the market has done in this particular case. Came below the 200-day moving average, and then came above it, and failed to stay below. Really failed significantly, even though we have those bearish pin bars, but really failed, and then went above it, and then went above the 100. Now it's above the 50. For me, what can you expect here? Okay, before we even dial down, I just want to mark out a level here, which may be very important for us when we go to smaller time frames. Okay, cool. So obviously the market has already started taking off in terms of the buyer's market, but I wasn't expecting this to change direction from here on the weekend. As I was looking at the market, I think it was Saturday or something like that. I didn't expect this to change direction from here, but obviously this impulse was very sharp and very, very, very sharp. So what can we expect from here? Honestly speaking, there is no order that we are going to take at the moment. Remember, the idea of trading is that you buy low and sell high. So right now, the market is, it's more like it's a very, a little bit higher than we want to buy. So we want to buy in this particular case. We are going to be watching for important levels that we are looking at, right? Especially this level right here that I've marked out on USD CHF. This level right here, I believe that something may happen. This level is around 0.92197. That's one of them, right? That's one of the levels. Is there anything we can discuss further on this one? I don't believe there is. I don't believe there is, right? So anything like this can be like, wow, okay, now we can look for some buy opportunities from here. But anything outside that, I'm not going to entertain it, especially if this one, if market comes down here and do not show a sign of changing direction, right? Cool. And then on GBPUSD, as now the unfortunate part is that we didn't prepare much for this news. but the positive data that we received is now showing off on this particular setup right here, which is GBP USD. So you can see the effect of this news. Market is now pushing towards the top side. No need to participate after the news. You just need market to do what? To stabilize first. If you are late on hopping on the news, you just need to wait for market to stabilize and wait for the perfect opportunity again. So there's no need to worry and start start chasing the markets and all of those things, right? Okay, cool stuff. Now let's go. Let's continue. Can you send? Okay, cool. I will send Franzino, send it to the group. Thank you so much. Let's continue. So, and there's another trade that I was looking at. Okay, now here on GBPUSD, obviously not GBPUSD, XAUSD, which is gold. Obviously, the market has been rallying very high. Now, the greatest, I think, one of the beautiful mistakes that you can make is to start looking for a sell now, right? I believe that I'm gonna send full details of this trade on the group on XAUSD because we really love trading gold. At the moment, there is no sign that the market is looking to change direction from here. And this is the resistance that I was looking at to say, you know what, this market might change direction from here. But before that happens, we want to see market pushing a little bit further towards this zone, a little bit further. I haven't checked what kind of news are we expecting on the dollar tomorrow. Let's see, but just a little bit of a push to at least 1878. This is one of the most important levels. And then from here, we're gonna expect some other range, anything like that. Then market may retrace, that retracement, we might even catch it the right way. If we catch it the right way, we are going to be looking for a sell towards 1833. Those are beautiful number of pips right here, right there. So let's watch out and see if this does happen. Have a beautiful stop loss, take profit, and then we will see this one later on today. But as we are still waiting on this one, what we need to do is to do what? Put in some trading alerts. This will give you an idea of where, when the market gets there, then you can, start preparing yourself and say, you know what, let's see what kind of trade that we can obviously take around those zones, right? And do expect market to protrude a little bit or push further a little bit in that particular case. Okay, cool. That is on right now on XAUSD. I am going to move on to some other trades, but please, guys, if you are trading XAUSD or gold, especially if you're not trading with crypto, right? That trade is going to be very dangerous for you. So you please do use proper risk management and do manage your trades, right? Okay, awesome stuff. Let's move on to the next one. I believe that the next setup that I want to look at is AUD NZD. Before AUD NZD, let's look at USD CAD. USD CAD is one of the beautiful trades. We know that there's news later on CAD today, right? So what can we expect? What is it? What's going on here? Let's go back. Now remember, we took a buy earlier. This was it last month or this month? We took a buy earlier here. It was almost last month, right? End of last month. We took a buy here, and then I took my profits around about this zone. The market continued to run, right? Now we are still in a bullish market on this one, right? Especially if you look on a 4-hour time frame and all of that, we are still in a bullish market in a bullish one, right? So right now, market came down to 50%, and what I can expect is market, pushing further down to 61.8, and then we can start trading from there. But if market doesn't do that right now, my expectation is that if we dive down to smaller time frames, this is what we may C, but I do not like the breakout strategy. I always tell people that the breakout strategy is not a good idea. Why? It's not a good idea because this was designed, the strategy was designed by brokers, not South African brokers, but worldwide, to trick retail traders into entering trades very late, right? Okay, cool. And let's move on to the next one. I hope you guys are enjoying. If you are enjoying, just show me some love in the comments and say you are enjoying the session, right? Okay, cool. Let's see. AUD NZD. Now, AUD NZD, for those of you who were with me last week or who are on the group, you guys remember that we discussed this trade, especially with Offense. He was asking what kind of expectation we are looking at here. Now we are finally at resistance or close to resistance or at the resistance area right here, which is 50%. And the expectation is that from here, we are going to do what? We are going to take this trade towards the southern side of things, right? Now, the bad part about this is that at the moment we are not on the Australian markets, and both of these markets are open during the Australian. So if we take a trade right now, it should be really a good trade that is preparing us for that session, right? For that Australian market. So let's see. Maybe we might even have a dead session later on today, guys. Who knows? Depending on how you guys respond. Nobody's responding. Okay, cool. Okay, let's move, guys. So the expectation here could be something like this on the next couple of hours. This trade right here, which is AUD and ZD, right? Let's see. What I don't like about this trade is seeing these weeks here. What I don't like is these weeks that I'm seeing here. I don't like that. The way that I'm seeing these weeks, I'm not happy with taking the same trade, but whatever it takes, let's see what the market does for us. We are not yet happy with taking this trade. We just need a little bit of confirmation, then we can take this trade, right? CHF, JPY, nothing there. And then CAD, CHF, there is definitely something there I want to discuss on CHF, JPY. Now, we know that last week I took an early trade. I think I didn't look at this level right here. The level that I didn't look at last week was this level, right? The level that I was looking at was this level right here. So the trade was taken, and then markets hit stop loss and came back down. You know what happens? Ignorance will cost you some money, right? So cool. What's going on now? This is CAD CHF. I am expecting, guys, maybe a turnaround on this market, but changing direction, as we've already started seeing, right? What I do not like here is that we've got more bulls in this case, in this market. We've got more bulls coming and pumping, pushing the market towards the top side. So I don't want to be misled by some zones and start taking a sell, and then boom, market doesn't go into my direction. Nah, no. Okay, cool. I'm just looking at some of the comments quickly. Okay, cool. I love this. No problem. Yes, the session is recorded and it will be sent on all on Telegram, and also on it will be on YouTube, right? Cool. So let's see if we find an opportunity, guys. The main reason for this session is to find an opportunity, and if you're not finding an opportunity, you do not take the trade. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I just hope that I didn't lose a lot of you. I think something happened with, right? Okay, cool. So let's continue. So the main reason for this session is to find an opportunity and then we trade it together. So that's, let's see. Yes, these are, I'm not quite happy with the structure. And then Ethereum, if you love trading crypto, if you love trading crypto, if you love trading crypto, then what I'm looking to do here is to find a buy entry for Ethereum in this particular case. Before I rush now on crypto, guys, you have to, if you are really rushing on crypto, slow down. Slow down. It's crypto. Show you some. Okay. This is a very important level right here on crypto. That is 41.94, around 41.94 ish. Let's see. So if you take around 41.94, a stop loss should be below 41, should be around 41.11, right? 41.11, which is, I think it's very massive, right? Okay, if this one failed, so I don't want to be ignorant like that, like the setup that we had. Can just go to okay, cool. So that's one of the levels that might work out, right? And then yeah, Ethereum. So let's see. Okay, you know what's left now? What's left on Ethereum USD is that we find some sort of an entry, confirmation of entry, right? The entry that I'm looking at, we need to find confirmation. And if that entry is not confirmed, we're not going to do anything at the moment. So let's move. Let's move to the next one. AUD, USD. US 30, we'll check it out later today. And also NASDAQ, we'll check it out later today. And the DCHF not looking good in terms of entry, we've already missed out. So then Bitcoin, Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is coming down to some important levels here. So what Bitcoin is doing, this is the last time. This is the last time. Just give me a chance, guys. This is the last trader setup, right? That I'm going to discuss. Obviously, later on, we're going to discuss more, right? So obviously, later we're going to discuss more setups. So just going to quickly. Some things are very risky. Like this trade, right? This one is very risky. This one is very risky. Okay, cool. And then this is the trade now that we have to discuss. GBP JPY. Okay, and then this should be one of the last trades, right? GBP-JPY. GBP-JPY is the trade that I've been discussing for a number of weeks. Now, what I do not like is that we were taken out. This is the only thing that I don't like, that we were taken out on this market grabbing some liquidity and then all of that. But we are watching this trade with Hawk's Eye. So you might want to call us like Hawks traders. Hawks traders. Yes, Hawks traders. Okay. Okay, cool. So market is currently at resistance, right? Just one more, right? We might find something like this on GBP-JPY, then we get it by entry. But remember, the breakout strategy was not inverted. You know, what they did is they gave us something that is most likely to happen, but when it happens, you know, when we take some trades, we are most likely taking it at the wrong time, and then they can take us out by pushing the market further down. Then they take us, when we start selling, they take us out by pushing the market into the correct direction. So, and nothing is written in stone to say I'm going to execute any positions. That's what I was looking at. I was looking to execute, but nothing yet has come out. So what are we going to do now? We're going to look at these setups and then come back and trade with you at 1 o'clock later on. If there is an opportunity, I will execute it in the group and everybody. So thank you so much for joining me. Please do like, and this video if you're seeing the YouTube channel. Somebody saying to me, only take trade after the adjustments only. Not necessarily. Sometimes not necessarily. We just need to see an entry at some important levels. But retracements is one of the beautiful ways of taking trade retracements. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're seeing this on our YouTube channel, please do like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you on the other side of the withdrawals.